Ladies and gentlemen, the American Jury and Bulldog Nation, happy St. Patrick's Day. And look at the weather we're having in the tri-state. I love St. Patrick's Day because St. Patrick's Day, everybody's Irish and everybody's happy. And one of my favorite prayers of all time is the Irish blessing, which we've posted. Tonight, there is a campaign event from 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock at the Oriental Walk in Fort Mitchell, Kentucky. Although it is a fundraiser, it's really like a kickoff. You don't have to contribute if you'd like to stop by and see me. We welcome donations, including donations. If you go to DetersForGovernor.com, you can donate online. If you're poor and you want to send me $10, I'd be grateful. Whatever you can afford. But I'm looking forward to spending time with my closest allies and supporters tonight from 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock. There'll be drinks, some hors d'oeuvres, and the UK basketball game will be on at 7:15. The event starts at 6. By the way, 7:15, you know it's not going to start till 7:30 or 7:45. You can actually stop by and still go home and watch the UK game. Trump has announced that if he runs in 2024, there will be no Mike Pence on his ticket. No shocker there. Trump, by the way, Trump made a major mistake in choosing a guy for a vice presidential candidate that wasn't completely aligned with him. This idea and concept that your VP should get you something else, in my opinion, is wrong. For example, DeSantis would be a great running mate for Trump because he walks lockstep with him. One of the reasons why I chose Wesley Deters as my lieutenant running mate, my lieutenant governor running mate, by the way, no relation, is because we walk lockstep on the issues, and I wasn't interested in some regional balancing of the ticket. You're better off for a vice president to just pick somebody who has your back and sees things the way you do. Then you don't have to worry about what happened in the Trump-Pence relationship. Zelensky's request yesterday focused on, he wanted some airspace protected, and in addition to that, he wanted as many weapons that he could have otherwise. And they're sending him those weapons. But he's not going to get a no-fly zone. It's not going to happen. But it was a pretty good speech, pretty remarkable. It's amazing to me how some people make comments about the fact that he didn't have a suit on and some other things. It's amazing. Again, folks, weakness breeds war. Always has, always will. And it makes me angry to see that this war could have been prevented if we did everything that we should have done before the war broke out. And then once the bombs start dropping and women and kids start being killed, everybody goes, oh, you didn't think that was going to be the case? We know how bad war is. You want to avoid war by being strong. And this administration is weak, and it bred war. Kamala tweeted out, this woman is unbelievable, Miss Laugh-O-Matic. Kamala Harris tweeted out a statement about NATO defending one of their own. She totally screwed up. She implied that Ukraine was part of NATO. This is the Vice President of the United States. I wouldn't want Kamala Harris to run the local library. I wouldn't want Kamala Harris to run my lemonade stand. I wouldn't want to employ Kamala Harris for any job or anything. She's unbelievable. And she is one heartbeat away or one resignation away from the highest and most powerful office in the world. Biden called Putin a war criminal. Oh, you're so tough, Joe. Granholm, his energy secretary, says now's the time for clean energy. They're peddling the green energy thing, higher gas price, and by the way, the American public is not buying it. Biden is ready to lift the terrorism designation of the radical terrorist organization in Iran, the IRGC. It's insane. You know what his deal is? He goes, if you publicly comment, you'll be good. 69% of Americans, let's round it up to 70%. 70% of America think we are on the wrong track. That is amazing. Still cracks me up, like who the hell are these 30% people? But still, 70% is pretty damn good. Federal Reserve raises interest rates a quarter. This obviously has a big impact across the board. It's just a quarter, though. First time they've raised it since 2018, and they basically announced they're probably going to do it a quarter 6 more times. So you're talking about an interest rate up $1.5 million. Borrowing will cost everybody more money. I already mentioned the stealth variant. Cracks me up. Disney workers are upset Disney did not respond harsh enough against a law in Florida that keeps kindergartners to third graders being taught about gender identity and all the other stuff. It's not an anti-gay bill. It's a pro-child bill. Axios reports that they're now scared of white nationalist Hispanics. What's next? White nationalist blacks? So absurd. The world we live in. The majority of Americans now believe coronavirus, no more worries. That's a great landmark pole position for us to be in. I hope that keeps rising. Monday Night Football is paying Joe Buck and Troy Aikman, I think $150 million over 4 years to be their new announcers. I wonder who's going to replace them at Fox News. The Cincinnati Reds. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Isn't this just sad what's going on with the Cincinnati Reds? You know, I was amazed when I worked at WLW Radio how the Reds broadcast bad teams, good teams. The ratings were still good. Baseball town. But I don't think it's going to fill the seats. You know, you can listen to the game and you're not spending money going to the ballpark. Jussie Smollett got out on appeal, $150,000. By the way, this is not unusual. A lot of people who are convicted and have to serve time get bonded out pending their appeal. Now, here's why it makes sense in his case. He's not a murderer. He only got 150 days. Well, that 150 days, he would have served it by the time his appeal was finished being heard. So it makes sense. Let the guy out. If he wins his appeal, he doesn't have to serve his 150 days. Parkland Massacre settlement, $125 million paid to the 17 families who lost a loved one. What about all those people that were just seriously injured? Why? Because the FBI could have prevented this. Folks, I'm blown away by these settlements. I practice law in this field. This is so political. Why? Because they have immunity for a mistake. Yet you have $125 million. By the way, I'm happy for the families. $125 million payout when they have immunity. You know what? I got out of the game of this police work because all across this country, you have these large political payouts to from law enforcement in towns and cities, usually liberal. And it's like, wait, I always scratch my head. It's like, well, they could defend that and win. They're not responsible for negligence. But we have our government now pays out claims without any hassle at all. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. I hope today is yours.